Good evening and welcome back. Well, we are looking at a very stubborn marine layer today, but it actually kind of gave way just a little bit, and that's because a storm system's coming in, which is helping to sort of lift the atmosphere up a bit, kind of mix it up. So you lose the marine layer, but now we're going to go ahead and watch for a little storm system that is approaching. It's very weak. Light showers are possible and likely, and then some cool temperatures, I should say, and some windy conditions are possible as it kicks through the region. Just not a whole lot of power to this system. You can see right there, right now, anything that does approach our region sort of washes out, if you will. It just doesn't have a lot of power behind it, so most of the energy stays to our north. But we are expecting to see a couple of showers out there, and especially the farther north you go. So as we fire up the pinpoint radar in areas around San Luis Obispo, still not really showing anything. And again, it's just because there's just not a whole lot of moisture to deal with. So we'll go ahead with Paso Robles at this hour, showing the possibility in the atmosphere of some showers. But sometimes what can happen is you get what we call Virga rainfall, which is at the upper levels you might get a sprinkle or two, but by the time it hits the ground, it sort of evaporates back into the atmosphere. So that may or may not be actually showing up on the ground right now, but it's still on the cool side up and down the region. You can see again, as we look at the system, there's just not a whole lot there. Most of this is what we would refer to as just marine layer activity, but then every so often you see some embedded activity right there. We'll likely see some showers, but just the question here would be how much, if any, measurable rainfall is really going to approach the region. And as we use our Futurecast, went ahead and stopped it a few times. You can see moving pretty solidly into the Central Coast by tomorrow morning. And then as I fast forward just a little bit by the afternoon, we do see some showers showing up in the Santa Barbara Channel. And then again, you can see it moving into, say, Ventura and Southern California by tomorrow night. So really a weak system, but we'll go ahead and take it, just put some activity out there, maybe get the hillsides at least wet. And as well, we're going to keep an eye on the winds, because that might be the bigger story here as we see these light rain totals being expected. So again, not much to put into the rain bucket, so to speak, but maybe, just maybe, kind of keep the fire season at bay a little longer. And that's because we do typically see a lot of winds with these activities, and as soon as they come in, they typically dry things out pretty quickly because of the direction being out of the north. They come down the mountains and just really suck up the moisture very quickly. So again, overnight tonight, increasing clouds, slight shower chance, a lot of 40s and 50s out there for your overnight. Tomorrow, we'll go ahead and put some cool, gusty winds in the forecast. Hopefully the winds won't be too strong to warrant any advisories, but there is a possibility that could happen. And again, light scattered showers. A lot of surf will kick up out there, a combo swell with wind swell on top of some northwest ground energy. Water at about 58, some areas holding at about 60 degrees, and there's your Santa Barbara forecast. And you'll notice beyond Thursday, we sort of dry things out, but there's another slight chance that might come into the play for rainfall. That would be on Sunday and again early next week. In fact, our weather computer is getting a little more bullish on the early system, which would be late, or I should say early next week. And I know a lot of spring break activity this year. The spring breaks are kind of all over the place. Yeah. And again, it's because of, I guess, Easter falling so late in the month. But it might be raining on some spring breakers here and there.
And it's all coming down from sort of the same pattern?
Yes, what we refer to these little sweeping cold fronts, which usually bring in winds and just kind of blustery conditions.
Yeah. All right, Sean, thank you very much.